welcome my second distinguished speaker, uh, Managing Director and Executive Chairman Ugro Capital, our Mr. Sachindranath ji. Sachindranath ji, you are there?
Yes, sir.
So please go ahead.
So, I think Anilji raised a very topical topic. As Amit, you know that we are a dedicated MSME financing business, a business which was started in the mid of April of 2000. I think we started April of 2019. And during this period, we have been growing exceptionally. We are among those very rare lenders who have been lending to MSME segment. In last 2 years, we have built a book of almost 1,500 crore. Even the month of June and July, we have been disbursing more than 200 crores of loan. One of the questions which Anilji was asking about the lack of utilization of emergency credit line, and I wanted to give some color on that. So one, if you look at emergency credit line, as you rightly said, that emergency credit line is only a top-up facility of existing borrowers. So, banks can only do up to 20% of it. Banks or NBFCs can do only up to 20% of the existing lending lines. In fact, I have represented this to the ministry as well as, Ministry of MSME as well as Ministry of Finance. The challenge being that of the gross outstanding credit to MSME in India, roughly around 18 odd percent is by NBFCs, and the balance is by banks. Most of the MSMEs, if you look at the gross dispersion of MSMEs, the MSMEs which goes to the bank, they already have facility which is a working capital facility or a term facility. Mostly they will always have a working capital facility. Now, among the restructuring guidelines and facilities, banks have also the ability to restructure their existing facility, working capital facility itself. So majority of the MSME which were with the banks were able to overcome their problem by their existing line and the flexibility which bank could provide. Actually, the challenge was largely with the NBFCs, because the NBFCs there are two-pronged problem. Majority of the guarantee scheme only provided guarantee, but भारत सरकार ने guarantee तो दे दिया, but NBFCs के पास पैसा होना चाहिए देने के लिए. Now, if you look at the majority of the NBFCs, so if you look at the sequence of things, ILFS happened, then after that DHFL happened, and there has been a massive liquidity crisis for NBFCs. And then the pandemic hit. Now, even if 30% or 25 to 30% of gross outstanding which was lying, MSMEs which were lying with NBFCs, while there was a guarantee, but the NBFC didn't have the money to provide that. And what could have been done is saying that if banks give further lending to an NBFC to lend for the purposes of emergency credit line, that lending by bank to NBFC would also get covered under emergency credit line. You would have seen the entire 3 lakh crore getting consumed immediately, because all MSMEs which were borrower only from NBFC could not get this emergency credit line because NBFCs did not even have the money to give it to them. Because remember this, that during the pandemic phase 1 and 2, NBFC did not get any relief in terms of the liquidity from the banks. So that was one of the major challenges, that the customer, see, this is very well known fact that MSME customers in India, especially the unbanked or lower banked, are largely serviced and financed by NBFCs. And given that there was no liquidity which was back end provided to them, majority of those customers could not get financing. Even second stage, so if you look at NBFCs like ours, which were highly capitalized, have liquidity, we could not lend to a customer which was with some smaller NBFC, but was not as a borrower from me. I wanted to lend to that customer and get covered under emergency credit line, but I could only lend to a customer who was already a borrower to us. So I think so these are the two factors which led to a large portion of MSME not being able to benefit from this. But still, I would say a 2.7 lakh crore of consumption was not bad. It was, we should all appreciate, for the first time in history of India, there was a scheme which provided 100% guarantee cover for existing borrower. I think so the regulatory and policy intent was for some MSMEs to have immediate liquidity line, being able to pay their debt and survive. One of the things which people didn't realize, that it was, the presumption was made that the post-pandemic one, once we will be over, everything would come back to normalcy. Nobody ever envisaged a phase 2 of pandemic and now phase 3 of pandemic, right? So all of the scheme were designed for just for one single phase. So, you know, emergency line came, it got consumed, and then there was again another serious shutdown. Actually, the second one is more heinous in nature than what the first one was. Uh, Third is that the MSME, which Mr. Ketan was saying, is the MSME which were not, did not had any credit facility. Actually, most of which we call unbanked, most of the small businesses which did not have credit facility and which were managing from their own capital actually were lesser impacted. Obviously, their earning got badly hurt, but they were not becoming defaulter or insolvent because they didn't have an external liability, but they don't have money to restart their business. Obviously, in the have other retail and wholesale trade, not purely of manufacturing sector. So that's one, I think. So going forward, one of the things which we should realize, it is not that expansion of credit is not happening. It is definitely happening. We are seeing that with every time that when the pandemic is over, the recovery is extremely V-shaped. So the bounce back of SMEs is very, very strong. And what is now definitely needed is to give more confidence. We have to all realize that you can give any form, majority of the time, you know, governments and the RBI has provided liquidity, but liquidity doesn't ensure credit dissemination, because the lender has to protect its interest and its depositors or lenders' interest by making sure that the borrower is able to pay back both principal plus interest. And in times like these, when you don't have visibility of your underlying borrower and his ability to pay back the loan, it doesn't matter how cheap money the lender is receiving, they will not lend. And that's why there has to be, you know, more to be done in order to give confidence to the whole market. But generally, I would say things are coming back, and hopefully, if the third wave doesn't become really serious, all segment of the market except some portion of hospitality, and I'm not generally talking about small businesses, are coming back very strongly. Now we are seeing uptick in demand, we are seeing uptick in credit, and also last but not the least, which is one of the advice to your MSME participant, and also what has benefited from pandemic is digitization. Because today, one of the things you have to realize today, if you go to a Chroma store or a Reliance Digital or anywhere, and if you want to buy a fridge, you can actually go select a fridge, get a loan on that, and within half an hour come out with the fridge. Right? 5 years or 7 years back, to buy the same fridge, you needed 7 days to get the credit. Why today that happens is because of the level of digitization which is available. You have an Aadhaar based KYC, you have a bureau scrub. MSME financing in 3 years time from now would become like on tap financing. So three core things which is changing the digital journey of small businesses. One, GST. Second is banking digitization, and third is bureau. And there is an, you know, what we call India Stack 2, the deep integration which is happening. So today, if I go to an SME customer, I don't, so in Ugro, we don't ask any balance sheet, any income tax return, nothing. We don't need to give a loan to a customer. We only need two things: GST, digitized GST return through OTP, and bank statement upload, which will also become now digitized with account aggregation coming in. And then we fetch the bureau, because with GST you can look at the turnover data of the customer. You can see quality of the turnover. With the banking data, you can see where his expense and where his incomes are, and whether his turnover is being reflected in his banking or not. And when you fetch the bureau of the business, you look the behavioral analysis. And if you are a smart lender, you can create what we call virtual profiling and give on-tap financing. So that is all happening. What is needed by SMEs is to adopt two things: formalization. because all small businesses have to understand more they are in formal economy, the credit availability to them would be far more superior. And second, available in digital ecosystem. I have been saying this, and when I say to be available in digital ecosystem, doesn't mean that you have to have a great website or you have to be present in Facebook or Twitter. You have to be clear what digitization means. Today, through a UPI, most of people transfer money through mobile phone. But when pandemic hit, we moved from what we call physical KYC to digital KYC. And for first 3 months, when we moved for digital KYC, 70% of our customers failed doing digital KYC because their Aadhaar was not linked with mobile, or their GST number, the mobile number put into GST was not correct. So this is what we call digital orientation, that if you want to make sure that money comes to you on tap, then the digital ecosystem which is getting created, you have to be adaptive to that. And second, you have to be open to provide information. Invariably 30 to 40% of our prospective customer say we don't want to give our GST data through OTP to a lender. So it's like going to a doctor saying, सर मेरे पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, पर मैं सर आपको ना स्टेथोस्कोप नहीं लगाने दूंगा. क्यों? क्योंकि मेरे पेट में एक दाग है जो आपको दिख जाएगा. फिर वो डॉक्टर दवा नहीं दे सकता ना आपको. तो ये जो mindset है, जब तक people will not change that, they will not get money, right? So I think so this, while I know GST is a bad word for MSME, digitization is bad for MSME, but what people have to realize that being part of that formal economy allows you to have formal credit to you, which allows you to sustain, grow, and be more prosperous. So I think so that is happening. Obviously, every point of time, we would like to be, the pace would be much faster. To remain healthy, and so that they can feed their children. No large corporate sector, no mid-market corporate sector can provide that. Only small businesses can do that. So we have to all come together to help support for our next generation to be more prosperous. And this is the only sector which can do that.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have two questions specifically for you. One, your advice to Government of India on credit guarantee lines, sir. Number one. Number two, you as an NBFC, what, as you disclosed that the DST is saying that their background of the businesses and their incorporation with that mobile phone with the Aadhaar, this is enough for that. But what is basic criteria when when you decide you lend to the money to the MSME? The core one line, and that line of credit guarantee, your advice to the government of India.
See, so first, I believe you're referring for emergency credit line, which was launched, right?
Yes.
Or you're referring to the general credit guarantee scheme, which exists for
our last conversation was for emergency credit line. I want to have your word, the advice to the government of India on this subject. Actually.
Yeah. So on the emergency credit line, I have two suggestions. One, that for whatever is residual money, if an NBFC, which is lending to a customer, and for lending to that customer, if it is borrowing from a bank, that money which it borrows from the bank for onward lending under emergency credit line should also be covered under emergency credit line, so that the bank has confidence that that lending to NBFC is safe and secure. That's suggestion number one. Second is on the general credit guarantee scheme. So today, any lending to an MSME, 75% of that is covered under what we call credit guarantee scheme. But the challenge is that there is blockade created there. So for example, if I lend 100 crore to MSMEs and say CGTMSE charge me 1% insurance premium, my claim in a particular year cannot be more than 2 times. So 100 crore ka loan deke, I can get only claim up to 2 crore. The fact is that MSME don't create more than 3-4% losses. So for few years, if the claim ratio block which has been created, if that can be taken away, because you already have 25% skin in the game from NBFCs, it would explode the credit to MSME market. So these are two suggestions on the guarantee scheme for in India.
Thank you very much, sir.